So, this is the box. I skipped the boring part of opening this box. Inside. I'll spare you those. I peeked a little inside already. This is what we get. Nice assembly view. And more of these. Appreciate all this packaging. Let's see if I have enough space here. Lots of small pieces, yeah, obviously this is the self-assembly version. More stuff. Stuff. This is interesting because nothing says what it is, but I think I will figure this out myself. The last one is quite heavy. Oh, I guess this is the body then. Now the box is empty, so this can go too. Yeah, my desk is okay. Everything's in frame, I think. It's like Christmas. Which one do I open first? I think we'll start with the small one. I really appreciate this packaging. Ah, this looks like the touchpad. I think we'll need this later. Interesting. Let's see if there's an order here. This might be a bit. Okay, yeah, this is. I wonder if there's an online version for this to tag along. But yeah, this the back side of these. Backside comes with an assembly picture where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, blah blah blah. First, most important step, remove the 8 battery cells and put them aside safely. One is inside here in the body. I've seen that from other pictures first. From my feeling, I guess they're in this hard box to make extra sure they're not damaged. Okay. I thought wrong. The hard box was actually the power supply. This might get interesting. I'm not sure if I have a power plug for this. Let's start next with this one. Electronics for sure, not sure what. SD card, some cables and some screws. This will surely be important sooner. So I think I will go just one by one until I find the batteries. This might be the motherboard. I see at least the network connector and the SD card and I guess the power charger thing. Let's see, I need to get a bit more what's in the frame. Yep. Okay. Problem solved about the cable for the power charger thing. And let's see this. This is surely not, I think, what I'm looking for. Some framing. Somehow it's still assumed this is the display. It looks into this one. This might be interesting. Okay. Good to know the batteries are already in the body, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. The display is already in the frame. Perfect. Looking forward to using this. Cool. Schnick. I'm wondering if I'm using this one for it. Yeah, I think so. Nice, I can push, move. Yep. And let's see what this is. I feel like this is the frame for the keyboard or something. Yeah, this sure goes in there. Yeah, my desk is quite big, but I'm getting to the point where it's getting quite full, but I think we'll have everything unpacked in a minute or two. This might be the keyboard, yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. So then this leaves us with this thing here, which I thought is the display, but the display is already in the housing. So what are you? Ah, okay. Yeah, nice. The back panel on the bottom is actually see-through, and this is what this is. Ta-da! Yeah, so in the finishing this goes on there, and you can look into it. That's quite cool. I'm just going through the assembly instructions now. Most important, remove the 8 battery cells and put them aside safely. So I should remove them from the... Yeah, I get that. Remove them while assembling, and once it's assembled, put them back in, because otherwise these might be on power, I guess. Safely? Yeah, I like safety, so let's see where we can put them. I'm gonna put them on this. Isn't this cool? You have like the battery cells individually removable. Plus minus inverted. Let's see. I feel like this is plus. Just making double sure. Yeah, the name side is the plus side. This is the plus side. Okay. Yeah, on the board, I'm sure you can see this. Yeah. You see there's the plus, but the imaging looks like it sticks out a little bit, which is not really doesn't. So I guess, yeah, it would be cool if there's a plus, but I can live with that. Step 1, done. Step 2, mount the motherboard, pre-assembled with heatsink, with 4 silver panhead M2 4mm screws to the main box. Yes, so let's get the motherboard out, which is this one. Hello to my first visitor. I think we know who you are. Good morning, fellow hamburger person. Yes, this is the motherboard. It's quite slim, I like. Oops. Yeah. Isn't it awesome how small PCs became? So this is the whole thing. Let's see, yes, this is the whole thing. There's no chips on the back side. And you can't really see under the heatsink right now. But if you followed along with MNT stuff, at least a little bit, I'm not sure if I can show this on the camera. But it's a removable board actually, so you can remove the actual PC parts, which includes the processor and the RAM, and upgrade that even. All the others is just peripherals to connect the stuff and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, yeah, logo stickers, always important. So, yeah, there's lots of packaging here, so I appreciate that all the screws are in one bag, but this now leaves me to figure out which ones are the M2 4mm ones. Flat hat. Ah, yeah, flat hats. Okay, they have different coloring. Let's see if you can see this. So the silver ones are the flat hats. The black ones are not flat hats. So I think I know which ones to use. There's one which is longer. The we see this here as well. See, lower, yeah. So we have the M2 fathead 6 in black with not flat, and the 10s in, yeah, silvery. Silver for pan head, yeah, yep, okay. So, let me get a dish so they are on the plate. Don't go away. This is not in view, but I think this is fine. Whoops. Over here. This is a little smaller. Yes, perfect. Well, the motherboard pre-assembled with heatsink to the main box. So let's see. There's no cover here or there. So which side is which? So a bit interesting right now. Go like this or like this. Direction and is definitely interesting now. Don't think it would go like this. I think I need to cheat a little bit because I'm not sure if this would show me. Ah, yeah, okay. From the assembly thing I can see basically the heatsink needs to go up. So this is wrong. Should be like this. Not sure if the heatsink is supposed to connect with this, but I feel like it should have, it needs to be. There's no screw here, so how? Move this a little closer to my face for a second. This works. This works. This works. Okay. So we're using these ones, I feel. One, two, three, and four. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 3 and 4. Okay. Sure it's tight. Yeah. Okay, step number 3. Mount the 30-pin display cable. The display cable has a white dot making pin 1. The white dot must point in the direction of the display. Display cable. Okay. Okay, I should probably made sure this was on the upside already, but I think this will work, yes. Ooh, finicky. Okay, I think it's a red dot. White dot. White dot must point in the direction of the display. Ah, good question. What do I want to run on it? I think I will try NixOS actually, because I have that configured, so that should be the most easable, and then I have a working system actually quite quickly. There is a more far out thought to run Gnode on it. Let me drop the link. Gnode is really crazy, but also very interesting. Yeah, let me see. Just see if this is in properly. Yeah, now it is. Double check. The white dot must point in the direction of the display. The display is on the other side. Let's see. If it's folded up, I guess so. That sentence is a bit unclear, but now if it's like this, the points into the direction of the display. I hope this is right. Yep, we will see. And yeah, the long-term plan for this machine is to become my email correspondence machine, which is currently a MacBook. Step 4. Maybe I might mark this with a question mark. Maybe also feed this to Lucas later so that you know at this point is a bit unclear. What's the direction of the display actually? From this view at least, it's not really clear. Step 4, plug the speaker cable into the speaker's head on the motherboard. Speaker cable might be okay. There's 2 here, I think. I feel like this is the speaker cable. That's the only forehead, and this here. And compared to the other connector, this one gladly has a directional help guidey thing, because these two, that only goes into that way, so this way. Done. 4, done. 5, mount the trackball with 4 screws, or mount the trackpad model with 2 screws. Yeah, I didn't get the trackball. I don't know. It's a cool feature, but I'm not sure why I don't like them. Don't ask me. Oh, I got a trackpad. Okay, this is interesting. I'm fine with that. Actually, I'm looking forward to try it out, and if I get super annoyed, I can still ask Lucas for an alternative. Whee! Okay, cool. So for this, I guess I do it from here also. So let's turn this around. Plastic, lots of plastic, but that's fine. In a self-assembly version, like how would you do this otherwise? typing was probably super loud. I just had to ask a question for a friend. Let's see, there's a spacing here, so I guess this is the direction it's supposed to go in. Mount the trackball with 4 screws or 2 screws for the trackpad. Silver, yeah, okay, it's the same pen heads. Okay. Two. Zack. Find the... Oh yeah, I didn't say this the first time, but usually if you screw anything multiple times, do the first ones loose, all of them loose until all of them are kind of in, and then screw them tight. So just a little bit loose, it can still move a little bit. Because if the first one is tight, too tight, then it doesn't, the last one might not go in. So give yourself a little bit of spiel. So 4 in, yeah, now I can screw them tight. Okay. Next step. Step 6. Connect the trackball to the motherboard at a UI2 with a 4-pin internal USB cable. 4-pin internal USB cable. I feel like this might be these. They're all 4 pins. Interesting to know that this is a USB device. Cool. UI2. UI2 is over here, and this one just has this connector, so that's easy. Okay, I think this will fold away like this later. Flip and open the laptop so that the hole for the trackball faces you. Okay. We'll get an image of how this will work this way. Yes. Ta-da! Haha. Connect the OLED display to keyboard with 4-pin flat cable, blue side up. How? Maybe but meow. How am I supposed to? There's no cable sticking out from the display. I was wondering this already from syscontrol. No. I was wondering that the 30-pin cable is the display cable, so I'm not sure what I did. There's a keyboard. Wait a second. The keyboard only has this 4-pin cable, 2 4-pin cables, USB and UART. Maybe the point here is to connect the keyboard first before screwing it in. I'm not sure. Let me read on. Connect the OLED display. Right, I didn't unpack everything yet, or did I? Because there's one more device here which I actually nearly forgot about. Yeah, right. And that's a mini OLED display which goes above the keyboard. It's smaller, sorry. And this one has a flatband cable. So, okay, thanks. Sanity restored. Nothing lost. Nothing missing. But let's see. Yeah, the OLED is this thing here above the keyboard. And so I think the point is now to screw this part in first. Interesting. Yeah, okay, this one goes into this small flatband connector here. So I think the point is to screw in the keyboard first. Let's read this once over. No, step 11 is mount the keyboard with 6 black screws. Okay, right, I should probably just read this and don't assume. Yeah, right. Connect this to the keyboard. Basically make the cables connections first and then screw it in. That seems very wise. Because these ones go to the frame, but the OLED one goes to this one, and so if you screw this in, this will just be a mess to assemble, I guess. So, this one goes flat bandy like this. Sorry. Yep. So for flatbed connections, you open this thing first, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Like, flip it open. And don't scratch anything yet. Okay, this is finicky. These ones are terrible, but I kind of know why you use them still. Black, what, wait. Blue side up. Blue side up. That's interesting. So it has to fold. That makes sense because the connectors on the lower side and the connectors here are also on the lower side. So to connect it has to be down. And the blue side up, yes, but this means that let's see what they thought about here. Or is it this way? That makes much more sense. Then it doesn't have to fold and twist. Let's see here. No, the assembly looks like this one is over there. Yeah, I mean, I see this one. This flat cable is even more terrible, so I think I see what's going on here. This is just resistors. And yeah, okay. Still a bit confused how this is supposed to go later in, but let's see. I just connect this first. Slip it in far enough. Close it. Yeah. I guess I have to twist it to make this work, and then just force will balance itself out. And let's just leave it like this for now. Next step. Okay, this one is unpacked. Goodbye. This one is also goodbye. Bottom frame are USB cables. Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I just saw questions. I'm not sure if I can make this chat blimp sound. I don't know. Sorry. Question. Computational power. I think it's an ARM device. It's an IMX. I think it's faster definitely than a Pi. I'm not sure if it's faster than a Pi 4. Let me finish this assembly step, then I can put out some links. And just read this maybe. IMX8MQ processor and RAM with heatsink pre-installed, 4 GB of LP DDR4. So yeah, I think that the trick is you have to compile everything for ARM properly, and then it should be fine. I think he has been messing with video codecs, so this will be definitely interesting later. And yeah, if you go to his, let me see, yeah, I can actually, this will give us a little bit of picture-in-picture niceness. So, no, this is my, I have to hear my clicky keyboard, sorry about that. Yeah, here it is. A9 Cortex at 1.2 gigahertz, four cores of that. So yeah, if it's not too CPU intensive, I think it should be fine. Not sure how to find his Mastodon feed from here, but he won some, what's it called? He won some EU grant to redesign the CPU board. I'm not sure, let's see if we can find this here real quick. Finishing, is this it? Yeah, here, this is the motherboard I showed you earlier, and actually all the computational bits are on this connector thingy here, so you can basically swap this out with a more powerful version. I'm not sure if this goes into the details. System on a module is what he calls it, I think. Yeah, let's not, I can look this up later, but basically, like I said, he's doing a more powerful version even already. Let me make this go away. Yeah. Oh yeah, and if somebody later misses the first steps, I recorded this whole thing too. Yeah, okay, the OLED is connected. Connect one internal 4-pin cable for the keyboard internal USB port. Bend the cable downward close to the connector. Ah yeah, this has to go down through the board. So this one goes in here. Yeah, and I think this has to go really steep down. This makes sense. Should we also, there's also UART connector, a second one over here on the keyboard. I'm not sure what that is about. Maybe it's for debugging or so. Connect one internal, yeah, connect one internal, oh yeah, 4-pin cable to the UART syscontrol port. Interesting. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think here's, this one is the reset button. It says RST at least. So this might double as the board which has the power button, basically. Step 9, connect to 4 UART to control, bend the cable, yeah. Also like this, I guess, to go down really. Feed both 4-pin cables through the hole in the main box that is close to each port of the keyboard. Yeah. Yeah, so these go through here. There's extra holes here. I think he means those. That makes sense. And then just let it drop. Yeah, that makes much more sense. So there's, let's see, fold this more open. There's holes here. Yeah, this is the, okay, interesting. No, but this works. The holes already align if I push it around a little bit. Interesting. This is less assembly than I would have thought. I really appreciate that. Like the whole body came already assembled. Okay, now I need to make sure these cables are not going super weird. Okay, set it down again. I think the step now would be to screw in the keyboard so it doesn't go loose if we swip it around again. Yeah, mount the keyboard with 6 black. Pull the keyboard towards you while tightening the screws or keycaps could later conflict with the hinges of the keyboard if the keyboard is mounted a millimeter too far up. Okay, interesting. For me it pushes down quite a bit already, not sure why. Like it doesn't stay up by itself anyhow. Yeah, this might be the connector from the display that pushes it down. I really like this keyboard. Yeah, definitely need to become famous. Everybody who knows me is that's all I'm about. So now, what was it? 6 blacks, M2 4mm. Okay. I can't put them on the heatsink anymore because that's on the other side. So let's see where I can pick those out. Not lose them. I think I will try here. Yeah, this should be fine. 1, 2. Wait a second. We have 2 different kinds of screws here. Like the assembly says. We have the ones with the tilted head and the flat head ones. Pan head, I think is what they're called. Okay, and the other ones are for something else, so be careful while selecting them. Nope, wrong. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5. 6. Yep. Yep. And the 6 locations are 3 on each side. That's easy. Sadly, my desktop lamp died the other day, so I can't really. I'm glad I can do this in daylight. Finding the first hole is always a bit interesting. Yeah. I actually have a flashlight. Yeah, this is very helpful to find the hole. Okay, it's much farther up than I would have thought. Interesting. What did I try to screw it in here? Might need to go for a... Oh, these are magnetic, which is really helpful in these situations. Okay, yeah, okay, interesting. Interesting, yeah. Okay, the display cable pushes it forward, but it needs to go down much more. Interesting. There is a USB-C connector in this one, but this doesn't go out. So I guess that's some debugging build check thing? Huh, who would have thought? So, make sure these are aligned better. I might start with this one because this is pushing the most, and then I'm free from that. Nope. Start with another helper. I might move you around for a second. Move the screws over here. The hinges are double-sided, which I really appreciate. So you can even go full Monty, but yeah, this is much more flexible if you don't have one connector thing, so this should be much more long-lived. I appreciate that. And yeah, and as everything in this thing, it's even, I mean, this came assembled, but even this looks like it could be reassembled rather easily. It's interesting that the menu says pull it down because I have to pull it up to screw it in. Oh, wait a second. Stop. Reading. You would guess I know that by now. No, sorry, I said it right. 6M to 4 millimeters. Yeah, and there's just 6 of those. Okay, no, that's fine. I thought I might be using the wrong screws. Yeah, I'm doing this with the daylight so that I can see those better. The holes. Yes. Now we are in business. Let's see if I can. Okay, I connect another one first and then I tilt it over because I'm sure I can, if I pull the cable here, this might free up some tension. I'm really glad these are magnetic, and I think this is on purpose because this is just, this point here is a little bit annoying otherwise. If you don't have like a super fancy screwdriver with these grabby things around to hold the screw in place, this would be terrible. Okay, nice, and now it's really looking nearly complete. Okay, I think I did this wrong. I think the spacing here, let's see if I can show this. I think I should have moved this cable through this hole too. Now it's basically where the boards are supposed to touch, so if I screw this tight, this will be terrible. Okay, Good that I didn't put in the other 4 screws yet. And I might add a note to my spot list. Like when you connect the 30-pin connector, it should say, make sure the cable still goes through that hole. And then it would be fine. Oops. Small screw, don't lose you. Okay. Move those out again. Yeah, I already see how this went wrong. And this one even got a small scratch already. Good that I didn't go all the way. Like I said, always screw lightly first to be sure that everything is in place correctly. Yeah. Start with this one. Might get a small pincer thing to get these out. Yeah, I pushed this on quite strongly. Let's see if I can hold this. I'll be back in a sec. For transparency, I searched for a screwdriver this morning, like 10 minutes, and then it was where I should have looked first. But on the way I found this screen replacement kit I bought for another project. This has these, and these are quite nice for removals like these. Plastic, so you don't scratch as much. Just make sure you put the force on the wrong thing. Yeah, put the force on the wrong thing. That's always good. Yep, okay. This is removed. And now you. Oh, I hope I don't need to. Yep, okay. Now for the tricky bit. I might. Oh yeah, this should work. Push that down. Move it all around. Yes. Now I can put them through where they belong. Yes, much better. Also much better. I'm not sure why you connect them so early. It's good to save me 10 minutes, but this is fine. Now make sure they also go through the same holes. Yeah. And now it also doesn't move, it falls down now actually. You see. Yep. Like this, and they go flat on the ground here and not like before. It was laying on this cable even, and that's why it was pushing around so much. Hope they don't sustain any injury. Like I said, the speaker cable looks a bit mushed, but not too much. Like it's definitely not. can show this in the camera in a second, but it looks fine. Okay. Now we can tighten the keyboard. Yes, much better. Interesting. I think I see where the problem is here in a second. This is the closure frame, by the way, which goes on top and the end. And I think if it's too far up, that might collide. Okay, so I know what to look out for. Loosen this again a little bit, like I said, so that it has spiel. Can move still a little bit. Two. I didn't see this yet. The keyboard is interesting. Not sure if you saw this already. Let me tighten this one real quick. Interesting. Where are you? Yeah, now I got you. So, check out these keys. For the most part, it looks like a regular keyboard until you look on the lower side. Lower left has a hyper key. Nice. And the other one is an MNT logo key. And look at the layout of the spacebar. The Alt key is on the middle. So you have two space keys actually. This is interesting. And yeah, there's normal arrow buttons. I think this is window up and down, which the left of these. This is definitely a design I could definitely appreciate. I think another friend of mine will also very like this keyboard. Yeah, hyper. So press twice for hyper mode. Oh yeah, I'm not finished with the keyboard yet. I always start with diagonals first, and then the other ones go in rather easily. This is the last one on this side, and then tighten them. Bit loose, bit loose, bit loose, bit loose. Okay, now pull it to me, but it doesn't move at all. Also not sure where I should pull other than the switches themselves. I think I can pull here on the board, on the PCB itself. Push it down. Okay, I think this I have to do. Okay, we will see. Otherwise I can just open it and yeah. Did I do all of them? No, I did not. Okay. Yeah, now mount the Oled PCB with 2 screws, silver. Twist the cable clockwise which is tricky. Sorry for that. Use tweezers. Remove film. Ah yeah, the remove film is on the things. Tweezers. Tweezers are not pliers. Need to check what tweezers are. Pinzette. Ah yeah, who didn't figure this part out? I'm German. Oh god. The OLED display is under my keyboard. Okay, I got it out. Clockwise. What did it say? Clockwise or counterclockwise? This step is interesting. Twist the cable clockwise. Clockwise, yep, okay. So, twisting you clockwise. Interesting touch for sure. I'm interested in how this will interface and with what, and if I can put, and like how large the OLED is. I think it should say on this assembly thing. OLED module, okay, yeah, maybe later. What screws for the OLED? 2 silver panhead screws, 4mm. Yeah, okay. One and two. There's still lots of screws left. I'm interested where they all go because, okay, yeah, this is the frame for the keyboard will have lots, I think. Yeah, the cable is pushing against this, of course. So let's see if I can move it around like this. Yeah, the silver ones, of course, are not magnetic. So, putting this in place. Oops, don't lose the screw. Move it in place. Yes. Yes. Okay. So are we closing this already? If it's not straight, very gently unwrap the keyboard frame section by section with both hands close together. Don't bend it with both hands on opposite ends of the frame. You'll likely twist it, especially the thinnest parts around the display. Plug the keyboard frame into the main box and mount it with 6 black M2 5mm countersunk screws. Now I also know what the word for that, so yeah, just so you learn with me, these are panheads, the upper ones, and these are called countersunk. So I learned a technical term for this today. So this go in here. Okay, there's quite a bit of I would say air between this, so, but I think this is fine. We'll see. Yeah, now we use, what's 6? Yeah, 6 M2 5mm countersunks. I think it's the black, yeah, black ones, yeah. So 6 of the 10 of those, okay. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes. Screwdriver. Yeah, this is starting to look like a, not saying normal, it's a laptop now. I planned much more time for this, so we might actually get some time to boot it, because I thought I had to display the display assembly and the hinges and everything, so this is nice. It's a pleasant surprise, I don't have to do that. Ha. So let's close you, fold you upside down, and finish the mess we made initially. So let's see if we can see this. Yeah, but this is fine. This is just scratch paint and isolation. Let me see if we can put this in the camera. So the first time I had this go not through the right hole. Sorry, here. And now there's this tiny bit of scratch paint, but it's really minor. Yeah, this is more than fine. But these are sharp edges, so if I would have tried hard, this might have gone terribly wrong. So, yeah. The 30-pin connector with the white dot towards the display. So like this. This is the speaker thing. You come over here. And now flip the laptop on the back so that the battery holders face you. Yes, they do. Connect the 4-pin internal USB cable coming through the top left hole in the main box to the motherboard's UI1 header. Bend the cable down near the plug. So top left hole. Oh yeah, this is this one. U1 is here. Yup. And the other one goes over here, I guess. Sys control. Yeah, this one was the other one. Sys control. Connect the 4-pin internal UART cable coming through the top right hole in the main box in the motherboard sys control header. Yeah, this is here. You go this way. Okay. Okay. Okay, I could use a M2 SSD now. I mean, cool, it's not included. I have to buy one myself. That's fine. Actually, in the market for a SSD anyhow. But we're nearly done. I'm step 17 now out of 23. We got a new person, so let's show them what we did. This is the back side, and this is the front. Ta-da! It has a trackball, which is interesting, and an interesting keyboard layout. But let me finish this real quick. So step 17 was if you have an SSD, this goes here. Need to buy two. That's fine. If you have a Wi-Fi card, plug it into the PCIe connector. Mount the antennas as follows. Unplug cables. Put the included laser cut acrylic in. What? Acrylic antenna? Are you kidding me? I'm not sure. Wasn't sure this was a thing. These are the frames for the side. Okay. Okay, plug the battery cells into the holders. Oh wait, step 19. So I was skipping basically SSD and Wi-Fi because I don't have them yet, but that's fine. It has a network connector, so we can have this connected to our network here. Just need to buy an SSD and Wi-Fi later. Plug in the battery cells into the holders. Carefully pay attention to the polarity. Yes. Remove the tape from each battery cable. Yeah, these are these ones. And carefully insert the plug into the correct connector on the motherboard. Left battery pack plugs into the left connector and right battery pack plugs into the right connector. Make sure the connectors are the right way around, fully plugged in and locked. Avoid cables slipping into battery holders. Yeah, that sounds wise. But where are the connectors? Cables are quite long, so I guess... might be... two cables. Here. Yeah, it says on the board, it says bed left and bed right. So these go in here. It's shown on these nice assembly things here, if you follow them along. This also gives a better incarnation of how to put the cables down, but I can do this later. Yeah, this can fold in here. Okay, that's fine. So, batteries. Yeah, this is another nice, I think, very nice thought about this. You have just these standard cells. So if they ever lose their lifetime, and these are LiPo, so they are supposed to have quite long life. And you can just replace them one by one. So let's see. If this one is the plus side, I made sure in the beginning when I removed to remember this. So plus this way, plus up this way. Oh, wait a second. So let's make sure this is not in there. Okay, this goes. Where's this supposed to go? This goes here and then through these ones. Okay, interesting. So next one, plus up. Plus down. Plus up. Yeah. What does it say on here? Molex. Yeah, I'm sure the guys at EMF regulatory checks were very interested what the heck he is cooking up. It's very unusual. I mean, it's for somebody that studied electronics, this is perfect. Yeah, just not your usual product, I guess. Plus, nice, let's align this so that it looks sweet. Yes. And now the other force on this side. Plus down, plus up, and plus down, and plus up. Plus up, yes. Schnick. So, and this goes up. Ah, yeah, and interesting that it's so long, but to save some cable, the cableway is supposed to go like this, which is interesting. Okay, so I'm removing the wrapping now. If we can figure out how. Yeah, okay, nice. Thank you. So, but how am I supposed to know which side is which? Ah, okay, I guess the trick is, there's a dot on it, and I guess this will tell me the dot is facing me. But the other way to figure this out is that the connectors are on the lower side here, and the connectors on this board are on the lower side here, so the white dot most likely to face up. Remove the tape from each battery cable plug and carefully insert the plug into the correct connector on the motherboard. Left pack plugs into the left connector, right battery pack into the right connector. Make sure the connectors are the right way around, fully plugged in and locked. Avoid cables slipping into the battery holders. From this point on, the device is powered, and it's very dangerous to do any more work inside it. Before handling the insides of the device again, you must remove the battery cells. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this one goes in here. Let's remove this one. Funny, Lucas. Okay, yeah, maybe let's do this later. Like, connect these first and then find a way to put the cables. It's a bit finicky. Maybe the paint gusto goes down afterwards. After all. So, okay, what I said was wrong. They actually connect into the holes. This still doesn't tell me which side is up and down. I'm assuming paint is up. Well, here goes trying. Well, these are very strict, very close, and very... I'll try the other one first because there's more room. Okay. I slipped, and right next to it there is these 3 pins, and I nearly killed one of them. Ow, I'm even bleeding. Nice. Might take a small break. I'm not showing you the blood. I pinched myself on this one. Oh, you can't see that. Right next to the battery connector there is these 3 things. This one's, and I pinched my finger on the leftmost. And it's still not fully in. This is really tricky. Might need to get a tissue. I mean, I get why the battery connector is so tight and secure and everything, but getting it in is really not easy. I'm just wondering if I forgot something, because I haven't put these on yet, which go on the sides, I guess. Yeah, this one goes in here, for instance. So back to the batteries. Bit sad there's 0. Let me see if I can find this on the community page. Brace for typing. Q1. What's the correct orientation of the battery pack plugs? On most of the plugs there is a painted white gray dot on the bottom side. So the side without the plug has to face up, and the plug fits into the receptacle only in that direction. Okay, that's good to know. So I was wrong. The paint has to go away. That's definitely good that I looked this up. It's the first question on the FAQ, so I guess he knows this already. Yeah, okay, this was also much easier to plug in. So I guess it's like a trick with the, how to say, yeah, it just goes in that way. And this way it went in quite easily too. But yeah, since there's like, this has this step for this has the longest description of all of them, so like 1 sentence more would definitely have helped, but okay. This is early days. Yeah. Come on. Okay, now it's on power. So let's see if I can find a way to make these cables go somewhere they are not super annoying. Go over here and then maybe go down here. This is how it looked on the assembly view. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Maybe I can slide them down here, then they're gone. Okay. Okay, I think I'm fine with this for now. And yeah, like you said, it's on power now. I'm not sure how much these were charged in the beginning. Let's not mess around too much here. And put on the bottom plate. Yeah, put the acrylic plate on the bottom of the main box and mount it with 10 silver countersunk M2 6mm screws. Don't over tighten screws, don't squeeze cables. Yes. Where did I put that? Yeah, here it is. Yeah. I think I mentioned this earlier, but since we have a new guest, isn't this nice? The bottom plate is transparent, so you can look into the device all the time. I mean, not all the time, but if you just turn it around to show it somebody, ta-da! Okay. Okay, it goes on like this, I think. No, it goes on like this. Yes. Yes, 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 this way. The holes are all good. I mean, don't squeeze the cables is funny because there's like zero room for this one to go anywhere else. Okay, but yeah, let's make sure I don't do the error I did before. So, oh yeah, and maybe clean this once more on this side at least before finishing it. Where are my glass thingies? Nope. Fine, and find the orientation again. Goodbye. This one really wants to go there somehow. Let's try it like this, maybe. Yeah, this should work better. Okay. Let's make sure these are not over each other like this. This should be better. Okay. Okay. Screws. Screws. Which screws? 10 silver, 6mm countersinks. I think this is the longest ones we have. Yes. Yes. You guys. Oops. Yes. There's a few ones left. I have no idea yet what for, but I'm sure we'll get to it. Yes. These might be for the NVMe, maybe. Like this big one, it's super short. I have no idea where this will go, but we'll find out, I guess. No, this one is too large. This is too long. Yeah, this is the right one. Yes, and one to go. Yes, this looks nice now. I think these are left out as an exercise for the reader. I will put them on now as well, but it's all closed. And no, what? Yeah, proper orientation. So this cover is hole is also covered. Further down, yeah, and so. No, I did it wrong again. Interesting. Like this. Yes. It's a bit guessing which screws here are used. Assuming it's those. So, yeah, the cover first. Yes. Okay, alignment is a bit tricky. But this is also I think the most easiest part now to unscrew in case I mess up the distances. I think I did this. Yeah, I did this upside wrong. Yes, much better. Okay, final screw for now, I think. Okay. I wonder how much I will like the trackball. You can see. Mouse buttons. I wonder if this is if this is just mirrored and 3 is always the same. Could be for left-handed people maybe. We'll see. Oh, and there is power obviously because the OLED display lighted up. I'm not sure if I can show this. It shows the Reform logo. Up, down, yeah. Can't see, but the white box has Reform in it. Okay. Exciting. Stick the 4 included rubber. Ah, yeah, there's these rubber feet thingies. There should stick on. Press the circle followed by the B key to confirm all the batteries are healthy. The circle button is this one, I think. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm not sure I can show this, but the OLED. Let me see if I can get this close to the camera so that this lights up. The OLED now shows me the voltages of all the batteries, which is impressive. All the batteries are healthy, I guess. Connect the included power supply to the power outlet on the computer. Insert the system SD card and turn on the computer by pressing the circle key followed by the 1 key. Wait a few seconds for the system to boot. To log in, use username root with no password. Yep. Cool. I guess this is also for a system check that the system is working as intended. Nice. And you can just check the battery basically like this too. This is really impressive and neat. On my old MacBook there was also like a small button on the side, and then you could see how well it was charged without having to turn it on. So this is also quite cool. Open this battery thing, cable things. So the power supply is on the other side. Okay. Might go on the chair here. Plug. Not sure if it shows anything now, or should show anything now anywhere. Ah, interesting. So when you press the circle button, this menu changes for exit menu, escape, power on 1, power off 0, reset R. Right, I was wondering if there's like extra buttons here for reset, but this is all done through this trick of using this and then the menu changes. Escape. I wonder what else hidden mode is there. Ah, okay, now there's different voltage, so this is looking good. And now, let's see how I get this SD card out. Yep, and I guess I'm ordering SSD today, which is totally fine. So let's see, maybe not lock this. And let's see how, yeah, I think this is fine. Oh yeah, and there's the red LED now on. I wonder if this is the charging one. Yeah, I guess this is the charging one. Now 2's are on, okay, whatever, interesting. Fold this open. Oh, this is exciting. This is the first turn on, so circle button and 1. Let's hope I connected the display right. Yes, I have a Linux and it's going through. I saw the 4 penguins. It switched to color now, I think. And Reform, Debian, Blue, Bullseye Sit, Reform. Oh, and there is, okay, I was hoping for, there is backlight on these buttons. I'm not sure if you saw this, I didn't see it, but There's still this. There's too much residual light from my screen. Let's see. There's lots of white on this. Let's maybe like this. Yeah. So now you can see there's backlight on these, and there was a little small helper thing. Root to read the MNT Reform operators manual. Enter Reform handbook. Add user your name. Afterwards, to be able to become root by using sudo enter add user your name sudo. Then log out using exit and log in using your username. Okay. Yeah. Typed. I would love to display capture by now, but I don't for this now, but I don't have the setup for that, I fear. Maybe I can, let's see, move this a bit closer. You can't read this, I think. I mean, you can't read this, so you probably can't either. Yeah. Let me put on the rubber feet real quick so that it doesn't sit on. Yeah. Don't put them on the screws, of course, so that we can open this later. Nice. I feel quite good now. I was afraid for a second that I might have put in the battery cable. The first turn on took a second, but this is totally fine. Okay. Yeah, and I could put on the label too. Maybe I make that later. There's a small label too, but there's also an etched one here. I'm not sure if you can show you. Yeah, this. Oh yeah, this you can see perfectly. It's etched into the aluminium. So. I must say, this is an OLED display, so really interesting to see it in sunlight. Maybe I will take it for a walk later. And yeah, I'm sure you've seen this by now. I might have, if you saw the page before. It's definitely a bit thick, so we will see. Yeah, you might need a palm rest depending on your physiognomy. I have quite large hands. Yep, it's done. I was just finishing. I'm not sure if you saw how I pinched myself with the battery plug thing, but yeah, putting these battery cables in took me a moment. Yeah, there was an orientation trick. It's actually in the FAQ, so I guess he knows about the problem there. And yeah, that was basically it. Just plug those in. Is it heavy? I mean, this is the most extreme comparison, I guess. I mean, thickest wise, but heavy wise, it's not much more heavy than this one. So it's not as compact. But it's not heavy. It feels. I mean, there's lots of air here if you look at this. And I think if you look at this, there's so much space between the battery and between the cover and the board there. So I guess these just take up a humongous amount of space. I wonder how much space you could squeeze out if you make the battery packs kind of like an external thing, so that if the battery with a long cable or so have that as an external thing, then I guess you could squeeze out probably a centimeter or two. So that would bring it down to somewhere like here. That might be interesting. And I think he's thought about that. And for convenience reasons probably with the battery pack. But yeah. So let's see. I just turned it on. I guess Llama, you also didn't see this. So you have this round thing, which I guess, oh yeah, this is interesting. Let's see if this works. So if you press the battery thing, the OLED display has a like 4-line menu. And if you press circle and B, this shows you an overview of the battery charges. And it also shows now that there is current going, negative current, 0.6 amperes. So I guess it's charging, maybe? Let's see if I unplug this. Might need to refresh this. Yeah, okay, now it's plus amperes, so I guess it's decharging, and it says 100%. So you can check the battery label, the battery powers even without turning it on. This is quite neat. And escape to exit the menu. So, add user. Copying skeleton. Haha, password. You funny people. I'm not showing you this. I think I know someone who will definitely like the keyboard on this one, but will have aesthetic reasons. Yeah, I mean, I guess he would like to have the keyboard in something else, but let's see. Ooh. The Linux is even configured with the... Oh yeah, I wanted to do this. Maybe I can move, if I move this a little bit closer. Maybe like this. And you can probably see the screen, at least a little bit. Yeah, it's configured correctly, and the mouse works even in the terminal view, which is super. I usually just see there's on FreeBSD. It's the first time I saw it, even in text mode you have a mouse. Full name. Room number. Work phone, yeah, whatever. Is this information correct? Yes. And so let's see. Afterwards, to be able to become root by using sudo, enter add username sudo. Maybe I need to add sudo to this group. That makes, or to this user. Yeah, okay. Then log out. Okay. Now I logged in with my user, and it shows me a different help text. Start graphical environment, Sway, GNOME, Reform, Window Maker, HTOP, analyze disk, NCDU. I don't know, NCDU. That's interesting. Oh, there's an Ncurses disk analyzer tool. First time I'm seeing this, definitely. Churning through the SD card now, I guess. I feel like I should make a backup of this SD card. This is really a gold system, I must say. Okay, cool. Might need to write this down. NCDU. It might be cool for if you want to administer a server or whatever and get a breakdown and not like look at just the U output. Oh man, now I lost the help text. Let's see if I can get it back by logging out. Yes, it's back. To view this message again, reform-help, operator handbook, reform-handbook. To set keyboard layout and time zone, reform config. Reform config command not found. Meow. Let's see, I will start this way first. Yeah, the display resolution is 180p, I think. Yeah, 192 by 180 IPS. Interesting, it has some helpers over here. Oh yeah, there's no cable in yet. Might fix that in a second. Just how do I move? The trackpad will take me some time to get used to, but I think this is fine. Oh yeah, okay, by clicking this again I can get rid of this. Maybe I can't. Oh, okay. Yeah, performance-wise I would like to stress this now, but I'm not sure I will go for a really hard job yet. I will just see. Okay. I think this is using GNOME terminal. No, XFCE, okay. Yeah, cool. I mean, for a full-fledged system, I shouldn't even benchmark this on the SD card. That's just not fair. But it came with a fully configured SD card with a system that understands everything in here, so that's definitely super cool. Still not sure I didn't show this to our latest viewer. There's a hyper key on this keyboard. I'm not sure what it is for. Let's see the camera in. Hyper. And yeah, this is also interesting. Definitely would get some used to. The space is split apart, and there's Alt in the middle. But yeah, I'm used to editor keyboards, so that's nice. Put this on the stand again. So let's see if the Reform config is here now. Reform config now. I think there's things that Reform help. Yeah, okay, that's there. But I feel like this Reform config is not here. Interesting. I think it might not have recognized the audio configuration for some reason. At least the ALDA interface only has a dummy output, which means there's no output device. This is interesting. Yeah, I think I will give this network and then see if after an update this fixes itself. Gladly for another project I recently put in a network cable here. So, other side, cable down. Cling, some stuff light up. I see a network address on the top bar. And let's see if sudo works as expected. Yes. And what was it just up? Yeah, okay. It's a Debian system, so apt update. .208 packages can be upgraded. No. Actually, before I guess he has the image of the SD card somewhere too. Sometimes the sound is not working, pulls audio volume, which just shows dummy output. This happens when the reset fails during cold boot. You can confirm that with message dmessage grep VM8960. The reboot normally makes it work. The cause is still to be investigated and might be fixable by playing with the power sequencing in the LPC firmware. So, okay. How do I enable HDMI output? How do I change the HDMI resolution and sway? Where is SkyCat? Okay. I'm just trying to see if I can find the image before I start updating this and breaking this Linux in some way that I don't want to right now. Oh, maybe I should just try it. Okay, the hyper key is for the window management. That's okay. Let's see how I get trick 17. Just spawn Firefox from the terminal. Okay, this took a moment, but that's okay. Probably also move this thing by, yeah. Welcome to Firefox. Which version of Firefox is this anyhow? Why did I? About Firefox 78 ESR. Okay. MNT. Debian image. There was something here somewhere. I guess I can drop into the channel, but let's search first. The chat, I mean. Yep, this is all good. Okay. The trackball is definitely interesting. That's a nice surprise. I wasn't sure which one I selected. Okay, this goes source code. Oops. Scrolling with the trackball is a bit yeah, but I feel like I'm mostly done. So what I need now is a Wi-Fi card, a PCMCIA Wi-Fi card. Oh, very important label I haven't put on yet, I just found. This is number 9, so I got serial number 9 of the DIY kit. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I can maybe find the disk image real quick. Oh, okay. This is their GitLab instance. The landing page just asks me to log in. The keyboard keys feel a bit tiny, but I think I could get used to it. Build base image Docker. Enter scheme. Reform, boundary U-boot, camera, handbook. Reform system image. The scripts needed to build the bootable Debian Linux system image for the reform. Okay, does this have a release maybe? So the collection of scripts used to build the image file that can be transferred to the SD card using DD. Ah, okay. Now this is files, packages, maybe? No idea how GitLab works. I can ask, but okay, I found the repository to build the image, so yeah. App upgrade it is. And I found the issue with the audio as well on the FHQ. Swap isn't enabled, yeah, that makes sense also for the SD card at least. Rather have it go out of memory than die while writing. It feels quite nice. The body is a bit smaller than the keyboard, so let's see if I can show this. Yeah. So it's it's thick definitely, but it's not as much as I thought it would be. And if my hands are quite big, but they still rest quite good on the rest. Let me move the camera back a little bit. So yeah, if you're comfortable working like this, then it's fine. This would be terrible, but this looks okay. Let's see what else we can do here. I don't want to put so much stuff on it because I actually would prefer to move this install on the SSD once I have one. But yeah, running update real quick it's okay. And yeah, I definitely will try building my software soon with this to see how slow this ARM actually is. And let's see, oh yeah, this also works. So it's not charging, it says it's full. I wonder if I unplug the cable now. I would like to see some battery time. %. Oh. Power top? No power top. Ah, yeah, no, this is the audio thing, this is the volume thing. Memory 34%. Let me move this back into view a little bit more. Okay, there's no battery indicator on this top view. respond. And so the slowness some of the slowness here might totally be accounted for by the SD card, which just runs off now. Yeah, adding an SSD will also, of course, draw a little bit more power, but I think that's normal. Yeah, I will just let it run through this one. Nice. How long did this take? I think I started a bit late because I was searching for a screwdriver, so 2 hours later and I have a running laptop. Just to show this off again, I think this is really awesome. This is my computer. Twinix might have not heard this. Under the heatsink, which is passive, as you can see, there is the system, the board with the RAM and the processor is detachable from the main board. And he's even working on a faster version and a hacky version, I think, if I remember correctly, with FPGA on. So you can just remove the heatsink and then plug out this system module thing and plug a faster one in if this is really, you need this for some reason. Yeah, the resolution seems fine, totally fine by me. I really wonder why he did the trick with the Alt keys here. There might be something I'm not seeing yet, or I'm not used to by my workflows. Yeah, but I think I will wait with the... I guess got the NixOS experiments from another SD card, but I guess I need to look into if there's how many kernel patches are there, stuff like that, or what's the configuration with the sound card, all that stuff, and network card, and. But yeah, glad this worked out so pleasantly. Still kind of amazed I have a trackball again now. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah. Yeah, and I think my assumption was right that this is for left-handed people. No. This might be more buttons actually. Yeah, no. Or you have to switch the mode or whatever, I'm not sure yet what this is about. Is it finished yet? No, 50%. But yeah, I think as a mail and communications machine, this should be totally fine. Given you must be willing to get your stuff compiled to ARM, but yeah. I think I will just finish the system update and then reboot once more and then might close the stream. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not sure yet where we'll put the CE sticker. I think it's see-through. Yeah, for a second I thought I might put it on the side here. It should fit. System update, 99% done. Yeah, the hinges are quite cool, I must say. This feels very good. Yep, okay, it's done. So let's see. MNT gives me a popover thing, with all the software. Chrome, DOSBox emulator, Emacs. I guess I can type in this. Seems like a more modern version than D menu. Yeah, okay. Let's see again, D. Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to do is Control D here. Sudo reboot. Power on sequence takes a moment. Yeah, okay, now it's alive again. So the update worked. And yep, okay. I want to see what Reform window maker is. Okay. There's a Clippy here, not the Clippy I would have expected. Interesting. Office, system, utility, terminal. Where's terminal? I'm not sure if this is an XFCE patch thing or whatever. Oh yeah, do we have audio now? Yes. Okay, so the FAQ was correct that the first time, if it cold boots, there might be a glitch in the firmware where it doesn't go up correctly. Window maker. I definitely need to look into what this is. It looks funky. Yeah, but I will end this here for now. Thanks for watching.